Hello, welcome back to the Cut Up Hunters YouTube channel. Yeah, it's raining. It's been raining all morning. I've been here probably about half an hour or so. I just rushed to get the bivvy up, chuck everything inside. Rods aren't even out the rod bag yet. Buzz bars are still next to me just there. And yeah, the only thing I've got up is my bivvy. So we're here. Like I said last video, on Kingfisher on the Bluebell complex, the hardest lake in the country as far as day tickets go. There is a huge head of 30s in here, so a few 40s and then a couple of 50s I believe as well. So we're in the chance of something big, and more than likely a PB. PB for me would be anything over 37 pounds 9 ounces. So that's where we are. It's absolutely, but it's not belting it down. So I'm gonna hold back until it's dry enough to get the rods out. I have literally just clipped up my my marker float, my marker rod and my spot rod to 50 yards, which is the maximum casting range on here. So give or take 2 yards. It's 13 wraps, so the furthest rod I will have out is most likely, well, it will have to be 13 wraps. But you know, if I find any features or anything closer than that, you know, I'll definitely think about fishing closer in. I've said it on previous videos, but one of the key things to take into account when you're on this lake is there is so much rancid bait out in the middle of the lake. So yeah, I'm limited to 50 yards, but you know, ideally you don't really want to be fishing out further than that anyway. So I've already sort of got my my spots planned for this session. I've got my eyes set over there in the margins. Obviously my middle rod most likely just out in open water, see what happens, and then my left hand rod will be close in, probably just up this margin as well. So once the rain stops for a little bit, I'll get my camera out, show you around my swim, what's happening, and well, there's not a lot I can do until then because I don't want to get soaking wet, and I don't want the camera to get wet either. So until then you'll have to wait. Actually no, with the power of editing it will be in a couple of seconds, but I'll have to wait until the rain stops. So yeah, like I said, I kept my promise. We're here on Kingy. We're on a 4-day session here. It's not the longest session I've done, and it's not long enough ideally that I'd want on here, but I'm limited with how much time I can fish this month. So four days is the longest I can do, hence why I've only got the little bivvy, because on a lake like Kingy I'd want to do probably 6 days, 7 day session on here, just to give me the best chance of catching a big one. So yeah, like I just said, there is a huge amount of big fish in here, and let's just see what happens, because believe me, this is no easy lake to fish, and yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a graft. But the key thing I'm going to take into account on here is not to chuck the bait in, because you know, there is so much bait that's gone in already. Sorry, I keep looking at my leg, I'm bleeding. So many people put so much bait in throughout the spring and summer, coming into autumn. I don't want to do that, what they're doing. So we've got a northwesterly wind at the minute. The weather's cold. It's raining. I'll probably stick to two spoms on each rod until at least tonight, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But I'll walk around my swim-ish for you when the rain stops, to show you the amount of damage that storm did to Bluebell last week or a couple of weeks ago. It was awful, really. I mean, you come in and there's tree stumps and there's tree. I mean, as you're driving down towards the office, you look right on the furthest part of Mallard towards the office, and there's just a tree that's been torn up from the roots, and it's just laying in the water. And it's pretty much like that all around the complex. I mean, there's obviously leaves on the floor, there's branches, thick logs that have been chopped up. But yeah, props to the Bluebell guys for making this fishable again, because on Bluebell Lake, the one straight opposite here, it's almost unfishable. They've got red tape around some of the swims because it's just too dangerous to fish at the minute. So yeah, like I said, I don't want to keep waffling on, but I'm excited for this session. I am really excited. I'd love to catch, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I will definitely be back here in the next video, 100%. I'm not going to stop on kinging until I do catch a fish, because when I splurred the idea in my head, I wasn't too keen on it because I know how hard this lake fishes and the amount of bait problems they have here. So, but now I'm on here and now, well, I'm not fishing, now I'm sat looking at the water, I just can't help but think a big fish might be on the cards, you know. So I'd love to catch that for the camera, but like I said, it's going to be a graft. It's not going to be an easy session, and I hope you're looking forward to the video ahead. So I am very looking forward to it, and I will see you in a bit because I need to get doing a bit of marking about, especially down that margin, because I don't know what's down there, and there's a tree there, so I may have to wade out a tiny bit. I may record it, I may not, depending on the weather. Well, I can always put the camera in the bivvy. But I'm going to be taking you through every step of the way this video. I'm going to be going into depth about everything I'm doing, from baiting, strategies, baits, and what's going through my thought process. So just one thing before I do leave you for the time being, I've just picked myself up some JH baits, Nutty Bee pop-ups. They're sort of like the standard on this complex in recent times anyway. And then just your mainline high impact pop-ups. These are the essential IB pop-ups. They smell a bit like pineapple, but yeah, they're sorry, they're a bit of a bit more of an orangey colour with a couple of black spots in it. So that's a couple of the baits that I just bought this morning. I was in the shop getting me bucket and whatnot and paying, and I stumbled across them. And I picked them up. So especially with the Nutty Bee pop-ups, I tried getting them last time, but instead I got the Nutty Bee hard hookers because they were out with the pop-ups. But now they're in stock and I got them, and I'm going to stop waffling. So I'll see you when I'm doing something else other than waffling onto the camera. So the next thing you'll probably see me do is casting out the old spod rod with a lead on it, just to have a little feel about. But the rain's clearing up a little bit, and hopefully in the next next sort of 5-10 minutes or so, I'll be able to get a lead in the water and have a little feel about my swim. So I'll see you when I'm doing that. Okay, so you join me now. As you can hear, the rain has stopped. I've put my rods on the singles. They're just sitting there at the minute. And I'm just going to put my my hook baits on my rods. So I'm just going to go over quickly what I'm going to be using for this session. For the first rod, I'm just going to try one of these mainline high impact, high impact essential IB pop-ups. So I'm just going to try one of these. I've never used these before, so I'm a bit optimistic about the results it might yield. So I just put it straight through, just like so, with the baiting needle. Get a bit of bait floss. The quarter bait floss I'm using, cut, I don't know, 3-4 inches off. That's one side, and then you've got your rig just here. These are all freshly tied. I started doing that while it was raining. I did have a lead about, and after I've tied these rigs and put the rods out, I'll show you what I'm doing in that regard, because I'm not going to put any bait out for the time being. I'm just going to be fishing singles as they are, at least until tonight, just to see what results they might do. Because to be honest, I've no intentions of committing to this swim, purely for the fact that this lake's one of those lakes where, you know, this is sort of a, if you miss your bite, you might blank if it's the only bite you get. So I want to make sure all my rigs are sharp as you like, and are absolutely going to nail the fish every time. So that's why I've tied new rigs. Like I said, I explained in the last video how to tie them, what you need for them, etc, etc. And yeah, it's pretty easy. No loops, no knots need to be tied. All you need is the crimps and the crimping tool, which is, it's in my bag at the minute. That's all you need to tie this particular rig. Right, what else am I going to use? I'm going to try a JH Baits Nutty Bee pop-up, another one that I've brought today. These are pretty white actually, they're really creamy, so I don't know if these are gonna sit well in the bottom. Who knows? Who knows? Got to try it though, haven't we? So once I've put the rods out, I'll take my receiver with me. I'll only be going 20 metres up the bank, and I'll show you what damage the storm did to this beautiful complex. Right, that's 2 rigs ready to go out with bait, and the final one. Let's go with a white pop-up. And I'm not actually sure where that is. White pop-ups, coconut cream, where is it? Ah, there we go. The Nash Instant Action coconut cream pop-up. This is what I had that 35 pounder on from, actually that's very similar to the Nutty Bee. Scrap that, we're not going to go with that. I'll go with the good old Scopex Squid Pink pop-up from Nash. I do like this pop-up. I need to get a new tub soon as well. Almost out with that. Right, straight through the middle. Try and make it as accurate as you can, purely for the fact that it'll increase the hooking potential. Don't ask me why, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that's apparently what you're meant to do. So let's just get this bit of anti-tangle sleeve off. Put this on. This is a bit shorter than you'd like. I'm in a bit of a rush because I want to get the rods out, because I've been here for about 3 hours already, and yeah, I'm only just putting the rods out. Right, I've got that on there. Put the bait needle through the bait floss, put it in until the swivel stop, just like so. You can't see that, but that's what you're meant to do. And then just get your lighter, burn the bait floss with the side of your lighter. Just press it against the bait, and now we have, well, we almost have 3 rigs tied. I just need to put an anti-tangle sleeve on the newest rig. I forgot to do that before I started recording. It's a pretty simple process. Slip the anti-tangle sleeve through the bait needle, grip the end of the boom material. This could be a bit difficult with one hand, and then just slip it through. And it's not working very well. There we go. Just keep slipping it through until it's all the way on, just like that. And there you go. Anti-tangle sleeves aren't necessary, especially for a Ronnie rig, when you're using a lead clip. I just like to use it for extra peace of mind. And there we have my my 3 rigs ready to go. There we go, all using the size 4 curve shank hooks from Corda, the bait I've just shown you, and they're simple simple Ronnie rigs. Literally just do the business. Oh god, they're sharp. just hooks myself from touching it. That I have 100% confidence will nail a fish, and I just need to get a bit of tungsten putty out to weigh down and correctly balance the last rig, because I was in a bit of a rush to get recorded. I was going to do this without recording, but I thought a couple of people have been commenting saying they were more in-depth rig descriptions, as you could say. So I thought, yeah, alright, I'll give it a try, and you know, if you're enjoying it, make sure you tell me if there's anything any ideas you have. Just feel free to put them in the comments below. What I like to do with the tungsten putty, simply put it over the crimp. The easiest place to put it, in my opinion, just there. And there you go. That is 3 critically balanced Ronnie rigs ready to go. We've got 1 yellow, 1 creamy white, and 1 pink, and they're ready to cast out now. Like I said, only fishing singles at the minute, and we'll see how the day goes afterwards. So I'm going to get these out now, and I'll obviously show me doing that. Right, I'm just going to get the middle rod cast out quickly, and yeah, let's do that. Perfect. That's the middle rod out at 10.5 wraps. Now I'm going to do the one in the margin, which requires the bait boat. Okay, so I've come to the conclusion that I don't need the bait boat. I can just whip it over. So let's try and do that now without hitting a tree. This one, just quickly, is the the Nash Instant Action. I can't remember the name of it. This is the Nash Scopex Squid pink pop-up. Let's try and get it over now. And it's clear. Okay, I doubt you could see what I was just doing. I was just setting the bobbin. That's that rod in. I hope you could see where I pub chucked it. It's a big old clear spot. I did find it with the lead earlier on the spod rod, but yeah, it's sort of just a pub chuck, because I've got the old catapult with me, so I can chuck some bait out from probably the swim next to me. Well, it's not a swim, it's more of a drainage pipe, but yeah, I can reach the catapult from there with ease, and if all else fails, I can just ship the bait boat out with a bit of bait tomorrow with a rig and fish over a baited spot. But for now, we're going to be fishing all singles, just to fish for an early bite, hopefully. So I'm going to turn the camera off now. I'm going to get the third rod out real quick. You join me with the old marker rod. I'm just going to quickly just make sure there is a clear spot that I can fish just out there, maybe 3, 4, 5 wraps. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I don't really want to be fishing far out, so we'll get the old lead in the water and see what we can do. But yeah, I don't really want to be fishing too far out, so I'm sort of gonna try and not cast that far. Let's just get the lead set. Alright, let's go. That went down with a bit of a donk. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied it's clear just there. Got a bit of a liner. Oh yeah, that's the gravel spot just there. Right, if I can remember that is definitely gravel. That hit down like it was hitting a bit of glass. Okay, so sort of towards the gap in those trees, and probably just about there. Right. I'm just gonna have a couple more leads just to see how big this clear spot is, because I want to know how accurate I have to be. So that's a bit softer. If I remember correctly, it was a bit further out than that. Out there. A bit softer. There's a possibility that landed on a rock, but yeah, I'm gonna let about a little bit further just to yeah, that's still definitely firm just there. It's just not as firm as that cast a couple of casts ago. I don't know whether that was just an anomaly or what. Yeah, that went down even softer. Okay, a tiny bit further out and a bit right. Yeah, that was a bit harder. Okay, what happened there? There we go. Maybe a bit closer in. Oh yeah, closer in. That was a donk down if I've ever seen one. Right. Okay, so maybe 5 odd lengths out. Not even that. 2, 3 maybe, 4 at most. And I'm going to get my my left hand rod on that spot because that looks quite promising for a bite. Close in, gravel spot. It drops off right there as well, so it's some sort of patrol route for the fish. Whether I'm right or not, we'll have to see, and time will tell. But I'm going to get this rod out because it's almost midday, and I've been time wasting a lot. Not sure if I mentioned before, but since I'm using lead core leader, which isn't a free running lead system, I am actually fishing the leads to drop off on the take purely for the fact that that's the safest option. If God forbid I snapped up and the fish snagged itself in a weed, if the lead didn't eject on the take, it would certainly eject when the fish is scrambling around trying to get itself free from the snag. So that's that, and then it will just be left with the rig and the trail of the braid, and then it will eventually come free when the hook either rusts or it'll get itself out somehow. Purely I'm doing that for the fact that it's the safest option. I'm not one for dropping leads personally, but when I'm using rigs like this in places like this, especially near snags, especially on my right hand rod, I definitely recommend dropping the lead on the take. If you're using a fixed lead system, there's no running option that the lead can get free by itself without having to eject the lead, if you know what I mean. So that's why I'm opting to eject the lead. I recommend any of you that's fishing with lead core leaders or lead free leaders, any kind of leaders that have got a fixed braid to a lead clip, I'd recommend dropping the lead on the take purely for the fact that if you snap up, the fish can free itself, and then you have no bad conscience of that fish, and that's purely for the fact that it's safest for the fish. And you know, when you're doing this sort of fishing, especially for the big ones in here, you know, fish welfare comes first, and we don't want to be dropping any, we don't want to be leaving any fish trailing with a rig and a lead in its trail. So that's why I'm dropping the lead. I just thought I'd let you know that in case I hadn't mentioned it already. So the third rig is now ready. Like I said, I'm just going to cast it roughly in that direction of where I found that like glass clear gravel spot, and let's do that quickly. That rig is on the I can't remember what the name is, that new mainline one that I brought this morning. So let's do that really quickly. Okay, so just to give everyone a quick idea of what a dropped lead is, you have this. So because this isn't a running lead, I can't move this. I just put it in the first notch so it doesn't fall off when it casts out. But if a fish is doing this, it quite easily comes off. The lead goes to the bottom of the lake, and all they're left with is the rig and this bit of a lead core leader, which isn't a problem. Obviously you don't want to be snapping up on any fish, but it's a lot better than a fish carrying a 3 ounce lead around with it. So that's it. First notch, and it drops off very, very easily. Just literally slightest bit of force and it's off. Just to put any minds at ease that were thinking that I wasn't, I am, and I'm not sure if I've shown you already. You've probably seen it, but Bluebell Lakes is a barbless hook fishery. It says it on the ticket, and that is a barbless hook, manufactured barbless as well. Just putting your minds at ease. Like I said, rig bead opposite the barb makes for the most aggressive hook angle possible, and you'll be nailing fish every single time. Let's get it out. Right, I think I can roughly remember where it was. May take a couple more casts than I'd like, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. Yep, boom, first time. How about that? How about that? Oh, that was the middle rod. And no, I didn't cast over it, if that's what you were wondering. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm a bit OCD, and I like all my reel handles facing the same way. So that is why I'm doing that. And it's not just me that does it. It's not just me. Right, I'm going to tighten the slack on this rod, and well, I'll be back with you hopefully a bit shortly with a fish, possibly. Oh god, is every rod out in the water? So I'm actually going to turn the camera around and go handheld quickly and show you the mess this storm created. So let's turn around. Okay, so apologies in advance for the handheld action, but if you ever fished Bluebell, Kingfisher especially, this is the main road that goes in. Car park just there, and well, some of the havoc this place has dealt with. I mean, trees in the water, everything blown over. I mean, it's terrible, really. I mean, look over in the Nen. This is the River Nen, by the way. I mean, look at that. Look. I don't know if I can show you. Here I can. Apologies for the shoddy camera work, by the way. That branch is just snapped off. I mean, look at this. This is bloody awful. God. My son's just there. Trees in the water. Yeah, look at this. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This used to be a little swim for the Nen, but there is a whole tree in the water now, and it's just been snapped clean like a toothpick. I mean, really, this place didn't stand a chance. I mean, look at all that. yeah, this is bad stuff. I mean, look at it, look. You think how bloody heavy trees are, how strong they are. I mean, look at that, look, that just didn't put up any sort of resistance for those winds. I mean, when I was on Sand Martin, yeah, there's nothing else I can see. Yeah, when I was on Sand Martin, I had that big bivvy out, and I went home 2 days before the storm hit, and yeah, I am one lucky bugger, to be honest, because that bivvy would have just been absolutely blown away, never to be seen again. Yeah, I mean, here's my swim. Bit of a mess at the minute. Rods are out though, so that's all that matters. That's all you care about. And I've got a little bit of sorting out to do. There's home. I haven't got the big bivvy with me this time because, well, I don't need a bivvy that big when I'm only here for 4 days. So, right, you've caught up to date with me now, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit, maybe with a fish, but if not, I'll be either tying some rigs, catching a fish. Maybe I might give in to myself and put a bit of bait out, but for now at least, I'm gonna sit on my hands and have a little break, because I'm already sort of raring to go with whatever I can. Like I said, fishing singles at the minute, probably not the best idea, but you know what? If it works, it works. But I'm going to stop waffling now. You've seen enough of the damage that this place has incurred, and I'll see you in a bit, hopefully with a fish, but probably not. Okay, I've given in. I'm going to put 5 large bombs out over my middle rod. I am going to leave the other 2 rods just fishing singles as. Right, just had to change camera battery. That's the one, that one's on charge now. I'm going to leave my other 2 rods on just fishing singles for the time being, and now I'm just going to spawn 5 large bombs out of particle over my middle rod. So not too much bait, but yeah, still hopefully enough to draw the fish in. Well, as you can see, 5 large bombs out, 2 missed a spot. I'll cut that out though, because you do not want to see that. Yeah, and on the last one, it came unclipped from the 11 wrap mark. So God knows how that happened. Thankfully, the last bomb was on target anyway without the clip. So that's that. Nothing else to go over really. Honestly, I am shocked with how empty this lake is. I mean, I thought I'd get here fighting for a swim, and well, there's 5 of us on the whole lake, and there's no one on this whole side of the lake that I'm on. There's 2 people that side, and there's 2 people the other side. So it says 50 yards maximum cast distance, but if I wanted to, I could cast 150 yards to my left if I wanted to, and I wouldn't be anywhere near anyone else's water. So obviously I'm not going to do that. Stupid, and I don't really want to fish in the middle anyway. I'm happy with where my rods are for the time being. I'm not going to say no to a move though if that does come on the cards, because I really want to optimise my time here. You know, I'm happy with where I am for the time being, but if fish start showing over there, then I'll be on my toes. But for the time being, there's been nothing to go by so far, and it's the story of my life at the minute. You know, you'd see and hear shows on San Martin when the sun goes down. On Crown, my syndicate last video, it'd be pitch black when you start hearing shows, and on here I'm not too sure what the case is, because I presume it would be similar to mallard and sand mine and swan, actually, because they like putting a show on in the evening on swan. So if consistency is what I think it is, then that's the same sort of thing that will happen on this lake tonight. So yeah, like I said, I think I said it on the swan video, or it might have been the mallard video. Well, either mallard, swan or sand martin. The recent mallard one where I said on the first night of any fishing trip, I like to stay up as long as I can to survey the water and to get a real idea of where they like to show, what times they like to show, just something to go off for during the days, because you know the water's like a mill pond at the minute, and you'd be able to see shoulders breaking the water, shoulders even not breaking the water surface, just cruising up in the water column. But with this sort of weather and a cold northwesterly wind, I'd presume that sounded like a tree just cracking. That's pretty scary. I'm gonna watch that back once I've stopped recording. Right, I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, I like to survey the water on my first night, stay up as long as I can, just sitting, listening and watching, just as something to go by for the days when the days are tough and quiet. Because yeah, I said about you'd be able to see fish coming through the water column on when it's like this, like when it's like a mill pond. That's gonna land short. Yeah, that landed way short. Sorry, there's a guy over there spotting out. Normally you'd be able to see fish moving through the water column and their shoulders not breaking the water surface, but almost. And you'd be able to see that sort of thing. But when it's a cold northwesterly, I'd presume they're down on the deck, hiding away, and then whatever prime bite time is on this lake is when you really want to get on your toes and have a little look around the lake. Because I was watching one of Carpology's videos recently, and it was with Adam Pennin, and he said about looking for the carp and having a move around is best at night whenever they're showing, wherever they're showing. So tonight, if all else fails, in the next couple of nights or so, I'll reel in for 45 minutes or so, have a slow walk around the lake, and just have a listen out, and I'll plonk myself wherever I see them showing for the last night. But yeah, that's the plan. This is well in the future. This is 2-3 days away. Yeah, but for now we're blanking, and I don't know. I'm skeptical about this. I'm skeptical. When I got here, I was really optimistic that I was going to catch a big one. As everyone is, raring to go. But I'm slowly giving myself a reality check of this is Kingfisher Lake on the Bluebell complex. You know, many people come, try and fail, and yeah, I caught on swan. Probably almost on par with this. I know I said in the swan video that swan's equally as hard as this, but I don't know. I think I was saying that in the excitement of being of catching on that lake. God blimey, that almost hit a seagull. Yeah, swans probably. Look, I'd say this is an advanced skill lake, and swans probably intermediate to advanced. So that's the reality check for me. If I catch, I catch. If I don't catch, I can learn from what I've experienced on here throughout my 4 days, and implement it to my fishing next time I'm here. Speaking of when I'll be back here, God, when will you see this? This will most likely be up 16th, 17th of November. So yeah, it'll be another 2-3 weeks or so before I'm down here again after that. Yeah, mid-December, and then complex closes on the 19th of December and reopens on the 3rd. So I'm gonna make sure I get down here for the 3rd of December, for the 3rd of January, sorry, just to nail the unpressured fish for what, almost 3 weeks or so, something like that, 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on that opportunity 100%, but that's a month away, you know, and I'm really excited for this winter because I've got a lot of big things planned, and I can't wait to share them with the YouTube channel. So look, I'm gonna stop waffling now. I've been waffling for about 8 minutes. I just wanted to explain to you the situation I'm in. I said at the start of the video I'm gonna explain in depth everything I'm doing, just walk you through my session really, and that's what I'm doing to my best extent. Obviously I can't record absolutely everything I'm doing, like making a cup of tea or getting some food and whatnot. I'll try and fit most important things per se into this video. So for a 4-day session, this video is probably going to be an hour and a half, something like that. I mean, we're probably already 40 minutes in. So I need to stop waffling, so I'll see you in a bit. What I'll be doing, I don't know, I've baited up for the day now. The ideal scenario now is to catch a fish and go home, but it's not going to happen. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit, guys. I'm not going to waffle any longer. If you're watching this video and you're planning on coming down Bluebell, I know I've said this in the last couple of videos, but make sure you give me a message and I can lead you in the right direction, hopefully. Like I said, I've fished every lake on here multiple times, and you know, it's I don't want to blow my own whistle, but I think I know this complex pretty well, to be fair. So yeah, message me if you have any questions regarding Bluebell, or carp fishing in general. I saw a few comments on my Crown Lakes saying about the rigs and saying thanks for going in depth with the rig. So I'll try and do a lot more on that front, because it seems you guys like the more technical side of it instead of just me blogging my face and experience of fishing. You guys like to see, you know, what goes into catching the carp that I've caught. So look, I've honestly waffled enough now, and I'm gonna stop. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, well, I'll tell you precisely what the time is. It is 4:14. Probably can't see that. Yeah, anyway, it's 4:15. And I've just had my first show. The first show on the entire lake. I've just been washing it like an eagle all afternoon. And my middle rod, the one at 10.5 wraps, it showed right in line with that, but probably another 15-20 yards out. So, you know, I'll take it on board as a good sign, because that's the first show. And It didn't just show once. It I mean, it was a big fish. I'm telling you now. It splashed like you wouldn't believe, and then it splashed a second time like you wouldn't believe as well. So look, it's only one show. Yeah, so one show. I'm not gonna hold my breath for one show, but it's looking okay. I don't wanna jinx myself here, but yeah, it's looking all right. I mean, the weather. Let's have a look at the weather quickly. It is in Peterborough. It's 12 degrees. We've got a southwesterly, and the pressure is 1022. So the pressure's gone up by one, but yeah, we've got a southwesterly blowing, and that's all I need to know. So I think, yeah, I'm excited for tonight. Hopefully tonight can bring us a bit of action, because yeah, there's almost no angling pressure on here, considering how popular Kingy is and how popular the Bluebell complex is. I mean, even for this time of year, yes, it's, you know, almost the middle of November, but it's almost empty. Like I said earlier, there's only 4 people on here, bar myself. And I was just shocked when I set up. I mean, I had the choice of swim like I would on my syndicate, and you know, there's one guy over there, there's 2 guys right over there, and there's one guy further up that bank that goes along there as well. So I've got, you know, acres and acres of casting room. You know, as it stands, I'm commanding a lot of water. But that guy over there, he is cutting my range off a little bit, although I don't care, because I don't want to fish at range on this lake anyway. Yeah, as far as features go, I've got this whole margin going up here, and I could even cast over to that side of the lake if I wanted to. That's probably, I don't know, 100 yards or so, because I did have a walk around there earlier, and there is a nice feature that's over there. So I'd probably end up getting my bait boat out and just shipping it out there, save casting and disturbing the shallower water. So that is something to keep in mind. But at the minute, like I said, I am happy with my spots, and the reason I got my camera out and turned it on is not for, well, it is for that one show, but it's because this is the last update you're going to see from me today, because yeah, it's getting dark dramatically quickly. You can probably see the grain, yeah, the camera grain in the dark. So yeah, it's getting a little bit difficult for the camera to expose me properly, and that's when I know to turn the camera off and call it quit to today. But I've only got here this morning. I'm not expecting bags. Ooh, that wasn't so far out. Yeah, I'm not expecting loads of fish. I'm not expecting any fish, actually. I'm not going to say that. Yeah, that's it. Last update for me for today, unless we get a fish tonight or after I've stopped recording this. Tomorrow's plans, I'll have a think about it tonight when I'm laying in my pit. But yeah, I'll make sure I update you tomorrow morning with whatever I'm doing. I'm not going to recast until probably tomorrow evening. I'm happy with the buoyancy of my pop-ups. I'm happy with where they are. No need to disturb the water. So that's that, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys, because yeah, I'm a bit tired actually. The first day getting to a place, setting up and rushing around to get your rods out, it's draining. So I'm gonna get the kettle on, have a nice cup of tea, and just sit and watch the water until I'm too tired to think. So that's that, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. But maybe, just maybe tonight with the fish. Well, good morning. Obviously, with the lack of nighttime footage, nothing happened last night. I sat behind motionless rods for most of the night. Although I did hear quite a few shows, all in this sort of corner of the lake where my right-hand rod is. Was getting liners on my left-hand rod and my right-hand rod all night. Whether that's just fish bashing the lines, or actual pickups and the fish spitting them out, I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to sit on my hands completely, do nothing with the rods, leave them how they are, and then tonight or tomorrow morning I'll recast them with some fresh hook baits. But for now, I'm not really sure what to do. I will spom out another 5 large spoms of bait over the middle rod, just to keep the bait going in there, just to give me a couple of options on that front. But apart from that, I don't believe anything's been out last night. I'm not surprised by that at all, actually. So that's the update for you. Yeah, nothing to go by really, apart from the fish in that corner, which I'm already fishing in. So yeah, if I see any shows, or obviously if I catch any fish later on today, I'll keep you updated. But nothing at the minute to sort of lead. Yeah, I don't really want to waffle on too much longer this morning. I'm gonna get myself a cup of tea and a nice bit of breakfast. But apart from that, I'll see you in a bit, maybe with a fish, and most likely when I'm spotting out, or I'm going to change my hook baits around. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm just going to put some bait out quickly, just another 5 large spoms over the middle rod. So I'm going to do that. Okay, apologies for the spotting cut really short, but I looked back when I'd finished spotting to turn the camera off, and my card had run out of storage, because I've still got the episodes from Sand Martin and the Mallard one that I caught on still on there, so I've just had to go through and delete all of them. They're backed up on my computer anyway, so I don't need to worry about them being on my SD card. So I've just cleared all that off now, and I apologise for the half-eyed spotting clip. Like I said, you wrap up, well, what I like to do, and I think all of you should do, wrap up half a wrap short of how many wraps your fishing rods are. So I'm fishing at 10.5 wraps on my fishing rods, on my middle rod, sorry. So I wrap up half a wrap short at 10 wraps with my spod rod, just to counter that pull back when you hit the clip, feel it down. It roughly comes back about 6 feet, 5-6 feet. So especially when you're spotting park, and it spreads out a lot anyway. So my mind's assured that there is at least some particle over where my rig is presented. So that's that. Fishing, spotting at 10.5 wraps is actually going to make your particle or your boilies probably about, well, but you can't see it, about 5-6 feet further out than your fishing rods are. So you've probably watched videos and Corder have said that and blah de blah, but yeah, I think you should definitely do that if you're having problems catching. That's one of those things that you could take into account and implement into your fishing, and hopefully it lead to a lot more converted pickups. So that's that. The time is actually, oh, sorry for being unprepared. The time is 3:25. So I've got I mean, it's been a long day today. Nothing's happened. It was raining a bit earlier. I've just been having a little rethink. My left-hand rod, if I don't pick up anything tomorrow, if I don't get anything tonight and then tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have a rethink about where to reposition my my left-hand rod. So one of the things I like to do, a good trait of good angling, is to when to know a spot isn't going to work, instead of making it work. You know, knowing when to move off of that spot and onto a new one. So I'm happy with where I'm fishing at the minute, and yes, it's only been out for 31 hours or so, give or take, and yeah, I haven't had anything. I did have a couple of liners though, so I'm definitely going to leave it for tonight, and if I can hold myself off from moving it, I'll definitely leave it tomorrow as well. But that's that. We've still got 3 days left on the complex, and well, I'm still, you know, I'm excited to hopefully catch something, because there's a good chance anything in here could be a PB, because at the right time of the year, which is now, the fish are a lot bigger. So the ones that were bordering 40 pound are most likely 40 pounds at the minute. So there's definitely a good chance of picking up a 40 this session, if I do manage to catch anything at all. And that's that. So I've updated you with everything that's happened today. Nothing's been caught around the lake for almost 2 weeks, I think. So it makes for you know, a lot of perseverance that's needed. It makes for a lot of optimism if I am going to catch, but that's the fun of it, you know. I wouldn't want to arrive to a lake and be catching all day every day. That's just not the way I like to fish. I'd rather have one big fish a session than 5-6 pasties every session. So that's just my way of angling. I don't mind the little ones, especially if I've been blanking for more than 4 days or so. But yeah, I'd really like a big one to come out for anyone. Just any signs of the fish are actually feeding, because you would have thought that the fish are on a huge feed, ready to slumber up for winter when the fishing gets really hard. But the fish just haven't been playing ball, and I think that's down to this summer especially. A lot of new anglers are coming to the sport. You know, all the European anglers that would normally be in France, Germany, Italy, have all piled onto these big complexes like Bluebell, Linear, Norton Disney, and you know, the big fisheries like that. So that's my analogy of why the fishing's so slow, because you know, especially with the coronavirus, with all the Euro anglers being on these big British day tickets, the bait has been just chucked in and chucked in. I mean, this guy's spomming out right now, you can probably hear it. I've been spomming out, you know, everyone else that's been here before me and asked me will be spomming out bait, and yes, I'm guilty of it, but that's just how it has to be done. So that's my analogy of why the fish aren't feeding as aggressively as they would normally be this time of year. But you know, if you have any different opinions, let me know in the comments, because that's my take on why the fishing has been so slow this time of year. And yeah, I get it. Bluebell's a really crowded day ticket complex with so much angling pressure. The fishing's going to be hard anyway. But I mean, even on my syndicate at Crown Lakes, the fishing's really slow, and you know, you're getting 1-2 fish out every 3-4 days or so. Go away, fly. You're getting 2, 3, 4 fish out every few days or so. All around the lake, you know, and some weeks you go with 1-2 fish, and that's just not how it's been for the last couple of years. So that's that. Hopefully I can update you in a bit with the fish. The way it's going at the minute, based on consistency, I'd say this session could be a blank. I could be on a camping trip at the minute, but you never know. Play your cards right. It only takes one bite, and that one bite only takes a couple of seconds anyway. So you've just got to keep trying, keep persevering, and hopefully the bite will reward me for my efforts later on in a couple of days or so. But you know, apart from that, there's not a lot I can say other than, yeah, it's quite fishing all around the complex. Nothing's been coming out. The Bluebell team have been round here. You saw earlier in the video all the trees piled up by the toilet, by the porta potty. over there. They've been here this afternoon cleaning all that up. You know, props to them all. Been working all day every day trying to get this fishery looking nice again. But yeah, I'm going to start waffling there. I'll see you later on, and if there's nothing interesting to report, tomorrow. But yeah, I'd like to get a fish, even if it's a small one, to be honest, because I know I said just now that I'm targeting the big fish, but yeah, I'd like to at least get a little fish, just to say the blanks out the way. I mean, even a tench, you know, I don't mind the old Terry tench. But that's that. So I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, with an update or a fish possibly. I'll see you in a bit. Good evening. It is currently 20 to 9, and it's pitch black, hence the light and the camera in the dark old bivvy. Yeah, I forgot to mention it earlier, but today is Remembrance Day, November 11th, and I'll insert a little clip. I've got the night lights on the alarms at the minute. The red, white and blue, the British flag, remembering those we lost during World War I. And yeah, so right, moving on from that, let's not get morbid. Nothing has happened today, nothing worth recording at least, because I think we're already about an hour and 10 minutes in, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, there's still a lot of time to go in this session, plenty of time to catch, but yeah, we're dramatically running out of time at the minute. I'm already halfway through the session tomorrow morning, so that's that. Nothing more to say really. I did spot out earlier when my SIM card got full on the what's the name, on the camera. So I did 5 large spoms of bait, but I'm not sure how many it recorded. I think it did 2 or 3. So I did 5 large spoms at 10 wraps, fishing at 10.5 wraps. I said in the video, just to counter that drop back of the rig when you hit the clip and you feel it down to the bottom. That's everything I've done today. You know, I've just been sitting here watching the water. There's been a couple of shows towards the right hand side of the lake. I'm not fishing there at the minute, but if I continue to see shows there, I'm definitely going to put a rig there for the last day and a half or so. So if I hear fish out there tonight and into tomorrow morning, I'll pardon me, just had a cup of tea. Yeah, I'll definitely plonk a rig in there, but nothing to update you with really. No fish have been out. I can't speak for the rest of the complex, but yeah, as far as kingy goes, nothing's been out for 2 weeks now, I believe. So it'd be nice to catch a fish, but hey, like I said, it's all about luck. And there's a fly just gone on the camera. Yeah, it's all about luck, and yeah, it is really a game of lottery. You know, especially on these busy day ticket waters. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to waffle on for too much longer. I just wanted to give a quick update before I get in my sack and turn the camera off for the night. But yeah, that's everything that's happened. Hopefully tonight's the night where we can get the blank out of the way, and then I don't have the pressure on me for the rest of the session. What else is there? That's it, I believe. Like I said earlier, the bailiffs were here, cleaning up all the branches around the toilet, and all the ones that got taken out by the wind. They did 2 huge tractor loads full. So you know, I showed on the camera at the start of the session the amount of damage that was caused by that storm. I can hear that, man. Yeah, that's everything I've done today. I've made some new rigs just to keep my mind occupied. You know, I don't need new rigs at the minute, but yeah, it's just something to do really. Next session, next session won't be for a couple of weeks, I think. Whether I can slip a night over at Crown or 2 nights or whatever, we'll have to see. But yeah, that's it. This is me for a couple of weeks or so, especially a bit of Bluebell. Next video, I will be back down here, but I'm going to be doing a week session, purely for the fact that if all else fails and if I don't catch on this session, I'll count this as a learning experience, as a, you know, just educating myself on the lake at this time of the year, where they're showing, where they're not, so it gives me a better idea for when I commit to the long session in a few weeks' time. But yeah, that's everything that I'm planning. I don't think I'm going to be back on mallard this year. Maybe early next year, because it's just not worth the smaller fish for doing such long sessions in the cold. So yeah, my focus is going to be on kingy, swan and San Martin for the rest of this season. I keep contemplating just doing a quick session on Bluebell, see if I can bag a couple of fish. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that, just to catch a couple of fish and fill the vlog of a couple of fish, hopefully. But yeah, if I do decide to go and I don't catch anything, or I just catch one little fish, I'm not gonna post it on the channel, because, you know, it's a bit of a redundant video if that happens. So yeah, like I said, I don't want to waffle on too much longer. It's getting cold this time of year now. It's still actually fairly warm because I haven't got my coat on yet. It is, yeah, it's 11 degrees, but it says it feels like 9. So it seems the weather's warmed up a little bit. It was really cold last week, if I remember correctly. Especially when I was on my syndicate, it got down to 4 degrees, 3 degrees. So that's that. I'm going to see you tomorrow morning, hopefully. Well, I'm going to see you tonight, hopefully, with a fish. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow morning when I'm recasting the rods, because they've been out for 2 days tomorrow morning, and I don't have any. I have complete confidence in the pop-ups. They're still, you know, buoyant as you like. The rigs are still presented properly, so, you know, why move them when you don't have to, eh? Right, I've got to stop waffling, because once I get speaking, I can't stop. So I'll see you in a bit, guys. Maybe tonight with a fish, but most likely not. So I'll catch you in the morning when it's a bit warmer. Well, good afternoon. Obviously, with the lack of nighttime footage, nothing got caught last night or this morning. Well, it's really early afternoon. It's 12:46 at the minute. I've been up since 6 o'clock. I've just been keeping my eyes on the water. I did recast my recast my left-hand rod, because last night I either got a really savage liner or a pickup, and then it spat the rig out. So I'm not really sure what to think of that, because the bobbin, it went all the way back up, stayed up, and then when I picked the rod up, it didn't take any line, but when I picked the rod up, it struck into what I thought was a fish, reeled in, there was nothing on the end of it. So the fact that the bobbin went up tight to the alarm but no line was taken probably means that by the time I got to the rod and picked it up, the fish had spat the rig out. So that's my conclusion to what happened there. You know, I'm not gonna call it a lost fish, because I didn't actually hook into anything. So I'm not really sure what to make of that. But yeah, here we are on my second to last day, still blanking. Still got a couple of days left, today and tomorrow, to save the blank, but it's got to happen tonight because it's my last night here. And yeah, that's the sad part of it, you know. We've done 3 days so far. Well, I'm on my 3rd day at the minute, and we've got to catch on the 3rd or 4th day to not blank. So yeah, I'm gonna stop waffling and I'm gonna leave you to it. So if I get any runs or anything, I'll turn the camera on to start recording. But I'm gonna put some bait out over my left and right rods today. Probably this evening. I've got some pellet with me that's glugging in the moonshine goo, and obviously the particle with me. So I'll catapult and spod probably just over there. Actually no, I can't do that. I'll use the catapult to get some spod mix over to my right hand rod. And yeah, that's that. So I'm not going to do anything else apart from that today. I'm just going to sit on my hands and wait for a bite, hopefully. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit when I'm doing that. But if you see me before then, I've either lost a fish or I'm catching a fish. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so well, my session on Kingy has came to an end. I've still got 2 rods out, just my long one and my one in the left hand margin. The bobbin pulled up tight on that one this morning, so whether a branch sort of got rested on it and it pulled the bobbin up tight, but I reeled it in just to make sure there wasn't a fish on the end that was just lousing about, and well, there wasn't. That's that. So yeah, it's been a bit of a disappointing one, to be honest. Although I said I'm not going to be disappointed because I'm going to be back here in a couple of weeks' time for a week. There's not an awful lot I've learned, to be honest, because there haven't been really any shows to go by. So that's that. And well, next time I'm down here, dependent on the wind, I'm going to be on that far bank over there, because that seems like it looks like a really good bank to fish from. So yeah, like I said, I've still got my 2 rods out. I've got my bivvy up, my bed chair up, but all my hook baits, my hook baiting tools, my scissors, lighter, bait floss and all that's away in the carry-all. I've just got to put my bed chair away and my bivvy and a couple of other little things. But apart from that, I'm all packed up now. So that, yeah, like I said, it's been a blank, 2 blanks in a row now. So yeah, I'm coming back to a blanking streak. Where I'm going to be next time you see me, I'm probably going to be doing a 2-night session at Crown before I come back here. Just try and get a bit of fishing in before I get down here again. But yeah, if there's anything you want to explain to, if there's any tips you want me to give you about Bluebell Lakes, make sure you give me a message. You know, if anything on this complex, I can help as much as I can. So yeah, I don't want to waffle on too much longer for the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It started off really long at the beginning and it's just sort of been like 20 minutes at the end. But yeah, on the first day I was getting everything set up, showing you my hook baits, etc, etc. So yeah, that's it. My session has came to an end, and I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching if you have, and yeah, I'll see you next time, probably on Kingy again. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit.